Welcome to Puro, Pinche Sports. I'm your host, Jose Garza, and tonight I am joined by the boys, Humble, Hater James,
What's
the
happening?
Professor, Alex Cruz, and we are here to talk about some football because, guys, we didn't just have championship football last night. We had coaching changes. We had upsets of the weekend. We had someone claim Marco would go 5 for 5 this weekend, and then Marco only went 1 for 5. So I'm just saying, shit happens out here. Don't be betting your money on all this shit. All right. So how we doing tonight, fellas?
We doing great, man. It was a good weekend.
It was a great weekend.
Great weekend for football and sports.
Y'all staying warm out there? You know that 20-degree weather and shit. That y'all staying warm?
Man, that shit took a toll, boy. At the center, our surgical center, for some reason, like our heaters was not working, so it was fucking freezing.
Woo!
Like, I felt bad for them patients.
Hey, wrong time to get sick. I'm just saying, wrong time. You know, all of December, we're all freaking still 70, 80 degrees. All of a sudden, Jerry's like, you know what? New year, new us.
That's crazy, bro. Like, and then it's gonna stay like that for like another week.
I hope so.
I don't mind it, though. I like it.
Nah, Alex doesn't, because he's just said right now, before we got on, he's like, I don't work while during this damn fucking weather.
Oh, you don't work in cold weather?
We do, but if it snows, we can't get on the roof.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
So, as long as it doesn't ice, I mean, we're still out there. Like, tomorrow, we're going in. It's supposed to be like 20, but we'll still.
Yeah. Dude, I was like driving and I was like looking at the construction workers right there, like they're doing construction over there by UT Health, and I'm just like, bruh, I'm in the car with Starbucks and I'm like, stop there, fucking. They like walked. I'm like, nah, that's tough. Like,
you just double layered up, double cheeked up, and
for real, that's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so fellas, there's a lot of things that happened this weekend. I want y'all to tell me real quick your sports moment of the weekend or the weekend in general. Whoever wants to go first, tell me now.
Man, mine is unanimous, bro. I think it's everyone's. I think the Commanders knocking out the Lions is crazy work. Like, my honorable mention is Notre Dame, though. Like, I'm happy for that coach, bro. First black coach to coach in the Natty. Had a chance, you know what I mean? Came up short, but they fought. So, big shout out to him.
Alex, what about you, man?
You talking about like sports or what was the best? Like,
no, sports of the week. You know, whatever you feel like, game, dunk, play, whatever you want to go with.
New coach, whatever, guy, it's yours.
I don't want to. I mean, that's probably one of the best things, but I don't want to be a homer. So.
Be a homer. What is this life?
I guess getting a new coach is 100% better than anybody else in the league right now, especially with the ones that don't have coaches like the Raiders. It was good to stick it to Detroit. I mean, I don't hate the Detroit Lions, but I mean, whenever you take something away from a divisional rival, that's always a plus. So, yeah, getting Ben Johnson's a big upgrade from not having a coach.
I mean, true. I mean, overall, are you disappointed that it wasn't Mike McCarthy?
Mike McCarthy was I think would have fit better, but Ben Johnson is a newer era of coaches in terms of like being new, like innovative in the new concepts and all that of football. So, I mean, I can't really hate it as much. I mean, it looks like everybody in the building is excited for Ben Johnson being in there, and I know DJ Moore is excited. I follow him on X, so
yeah,
everybody looks ecstatic for him to be there.
Yeah.
Oh, at least this time when Ben Johnson is calling Caleb Williams, he won't get prank called.
Yeah. That might have actually swinged it.
The excitement. Yeah. All right, we got some comments before I say mine. Cody, what's up? Let's get it, boys. What up, brother? It says, my moment of the weekend was 2 Texans players colliding for a personal foul.
Fuck.
You're not wrong.
Freaking Chiefs, man.
Steezy's out here. Our boy, welcome back. Says we got Jose looking like Big Show, James like looking Mark Henry, and Alex looking like Rikishi. Steezy, I don't want to hear you talking, bro. You look like Hornswoggle on a normal basis, bro. I don't want to hear shit from you.
Is that the little fucking midget?
Yeah, the little leprechaun.
No, Steezy's what is it like? That Scotty Too Hottie dude. No, the Hurricane. The Hurricane.
It's not getting any better, bro.
Exactly.
Oh shit! Now my sports moment of the week.
Rabel.
No, that was last week. Remember, you were here. You were here for it. You missed it. Well, he wasn't my even guy of the week last week. He was just there because it was the worst kept secret. No, it was the UFC fights this past weekend. So, as some of y'all know, me and Milton, our boy from the People's Debate, we got our own little side pod called Bell to Bell. And there was this one fight we were like really debating on and really like how things would go down. He had one way and I had the other way. He had Father's Plan and I had Marabi's gonna kick some ass. And bro, I felt pumped watching the fight. I was like, "Yeah, my boy, you're proving the doubters wrong." Because he was doubted, James. I'm telling you right now, this guy was doubted, and he was a champion, and people were doubting him. And I was like, "Oh yeah, you fucking kicking his ass! Oh, you showing him now? He's all fucking." The dude's trying to take him down. He's just walking to the other side of the cage. He's like, "What are you gonna do now?" And then he gets taken down, but he still wins. I mean, I'm just saying, I was feeling pumped. All right, I was feeling pumped on Saturday. If I was live streaming that, you would have seen me go crazy. This hair is just not for fun. This is real. Crazy shit.
Oh, I don't know why I can't get into you.
Rob is the man.
I can't.
Have you sat down and took the time to watch it, or are you just like?
I've tried to. Like, I was a fan of Connor for a little bit, and then I was a fan of Ronda, and then the girl that whooped Ronda ass. I was a fan of her, and then it just like I don't know. I never really got further into it. So
yeah.
I can't get into it because somebody's sitting next to me and will knock them out. I can't watch fights.
Nah, this is
you literally order Canelo fights though.
Yeah, no, I really
What up, Joe?
What up, Joe?
I really don't watch Canelo fights. I don't know. I just can't get into UFC.
I mean, they're good and they're great. I mean, I love it, but I mean, I guess it's not everyone's cup of tea. Some people.
Yeah, my brother watches them shits faithfully. Like he can tell me every fighter and weight division, this class, that class. Like, I can't tell you nothing. I can't tell you a thing.
To tell you the truth, I would honestly, like, how people are like, why do people watch baseball when I could like, I'd rather play it than watch it. It's like the same thing with UFC for me. I'd rather like do it than watch it. You know what I mean?
Well, this might relate to what you're talking about. The last fight Alex was in, he beat her ass.
What?
I think he's just saying you beat some girl's ass last time you in a fight. I don't know.
Wow. Wow.
Joe says F Ronda, try to talk down on WWE. And Joe's a big wrestling fan, so
listen.
Ronda got knocked out. She got so concussed in MMA that she went to become a professional wrestler.
Well, yeah, I heard she was talking. Well, she made a lot more money, right, in WWE.
I mean, if they paid her as much as they're paying like Logan Paul right now, sure. But we're gonna board James. We're gonna put him to sleep with all this talk about combat sports. He's not a fan, so we'll transition to some football. Don't worry, we're going into it right now. So let's go ahead and get started with possibly the most controversial game of the week.
Holy shit, we're starting off with this one.
We're starting with the Houston Texans getting beat up by the Kansas City Chiefs and the referees. I mean, look, it just happened.
Robbed.
I mean, the question out there is, were the Texans robbed? And then second, can anyone stop the Kansas City Chiefs from three-peating? No. Whoever wants to go first, let's go ahead and get this started.
Go ahead, James. I got a lot to
say. I know everyone's got a lot to say today, bro. There ain't no fucking secret.
Like, for me, I just want to see them play a fair game. Like, a fair, clean game where, like, it's just talent versus talent versus talent versus referees. Because the the roughing the passer on Pat Mahomes gets them off the field on third down, and then the unintentional slide does the same thing. So it's like, come in.
The doctor is waiting. We are currently dealing with technical difficulties.
Well,
please leave a message after the beep.
All right. No, but
so walking in through your monologue, it's like Pat McAfee when they're talking about naysayers.
And so I mean, when you're dealing with stuff like that, bro, and then like the slide, and then they said it's helmet to helmet, and it's like, dude, no one else is getting those calls. Like, I mean, Josh Allen was getting killed every time he tried to run. Like they were taking shots at him. Lamar does the same thing. Like it's like Pat is like the new Brady, and to see that, you know what I'm saying, like the Texans were playing good ball. They were right there in the game. They were playing good, clean ball. Like they wasn't really moving the ball like they wanted to, but they were making plays when they had a chance to. Defensively, they was getting off the field, but every third down, it was some BS penalty was getting called, even if it wasn't hands to the face or holding. With all this shit can get called on every single down, but you magnify it to get a Chiefs life, and it's like, nah, that kind of sucks. And I'm not taking anything away from the Chiefs because, they're a good ass team, but like this, I would love to see a fair game for their opponents. So it just kind of sucks, man. And then I just wish CJ was a little bit more healthy, and I wish they had their receivers, because I think that changed the dynamic of the game, because they really couldn't get no separation from those guys. Like outside of the BS penalties, they were kind of stagnant on offense. So that's just my take on it.
All right, so let me go into the comments before Alex goes on his rant. Ronda made a lot more money in WWE than UFC. Milton's asking, what's the giraffe's name, James?
That's my daughter's gift, man. When she was born, my pastor bought that for her.
That's Davis Mills right back there. I don't get why New York or whoever does booth reviews doesn't make the call and pick up those flags. Actually, because the ruling, they can't. Only the refs on the field can.
Yeah.
So they can't be influenced by the booth review or anything like that. And that's a debate whether or not they can make that ruling change or not.
They actually should, though, bro, because he was spot on with his takes, man. Like, it wasn't Blandino. I forgot the other dude's name. It's something with an S.
Well, I know freaking Aikman was getting pissed at the fact that they were throwing these flags when they didn't need to be, especially like when Mahomes. Well, he got really mad with the freaking head-to-head shot.
Yeah.
But I know that he fucking all of it, even the flopping was like.
Yeah.
They'll start and Aikman's not really like a pro or anti Mahomes, but it's just like for a broadcaster to get that vocal, that tells you something. Like,
dude, even Brady felt the same way when he was doing his game. He was like, nah, that's. And I forgot who they had calling in on it. Dude, I can't think of that damn official's name, but he was one of the head officials for a long ass time. And now
you're talking about the dude that used the index card.
No, well, yeah, I think so. I think that is him.
Okay, I know who you're talking about. The name is not popping up quickly. Milton refutes what you were saying earlier. He says Brady didn't get that treatment, so all QBs were.
No, Brady got that treatment after he got his fucking leg broke, and then you couldn't touch him no more.
No, you couldn't go low on him no more. It was the whole body weight stuff, and people keep forgetting it. It's Aaron Rodgers. When Aaron Rodgers broke his collarbone when they crushed his ass. That's when they freaking said no more body weight on him.
But it's hard to say that, dude. I could just okay, I'm not taking the defensive side, and I'm not saying I want to see people get hurt. But imagine being 300 plus pounds and then someone colliding with you. Shut up, nigga! I'm online. Who's that?
I don't care about them ninjas.
Get out.
They ain't talking about nothing.
Who's that? Oh, I could have put him on.
You can tell he's adopted.
You put him on.
Damn, Jay's got to kick him out personally.
Yeah.
All right, Alex, so tell me your thoughts, bro, on the game.
Damn, bro.
You want to keep on going, James?
That was my brother, man. Like,
hey, do you need to borrow something real quick for your brother? Do you need
I whoop his ass if I had to.
No? Okay, cool. I'll focus. Let Alex talk. Let you recover, Alex. Share your thoughts on Houston and Chiefs.
So, I guess the very first play, they ended up on the kickoff. They ended up going kind of like basically scoring. I'm like, oh fuck, the game's pretty much over already because, like, you pretty much you never want Kansas City to score first because the odds are that it's pretty much a game because you got the refs behind you. Mm-hmm. But I'm sorry, what the heck did I just do? You guys see me or no?
Yeah, we see you.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to exit out of here.
What the hell did you do? What is going on today? Y'all are not in your rhythms tonight. God.
Hold on. Okay, no, I'm out. So yeah, the Houston Texans defense ends up not even giving up a single yard. Kansas City goes back 1 yard and they end up kicking a field goal. And then Houston comes back down. They go on this crazy drive, right? And they end up scoring 3. At one point, it was 6-3 with like 20 yards of offense from Kansas City and like 100 yards for Houston. I'm like, dude, how the hell is this even a game, right? Like, this is a typical Kansas City game. And then that drive where he gets roughing the passer call. It was on 3rd and long, right? And the very next play, he connects with Travis Kelce. I'm like, get the hell out of here, dude. It was ridiculous, man. I would, like James said, if you're gonna win, at least let them win the right way. All that stuff too, because I was on X too that night, and a lot of Kansas City fans were like, bro, they lost by 2 touchdowns. They lost by a touchdown. I think we've pretty much all played the game of football at one point in our life. We all put it on a helmet. We've been in locker rooms. We've been in huddles. It doesn't matter what age it is. It could be pee-wee football, man.
Yeah.
Football is a momentum game. I don't care what anybody says. And I've said it before. The best team, like, it's hard. The best team sometimes doesn't win.
Yeah.
And I think the momentum of the game changed drastically in the second half. Houston had them on the ropes. They really did.
Yeah, they had momentum. They had momentum. They were making a push.
And even with all that stuff that was going on, even with those 7-8 sacks or whatever it was, 9, mm-hmm. Houston was still outgaining them. Like when I was watching the game, to me, it was like, damn, Houston still was making it kind of easy to move the ball at a certain at one point, but they lost momentum.
Yeah.
And you could tell like the helmet to helmet hit or whatever towards the end when he slid.
Yeah. It was
a late slide to a super late slide. Like,
it was
that stuff was like it killed the momentum, and whether you like it or not, you always want to say, well, they're pros. They need to recover because there's stuff in locker rooms. They're like, don't let one flag change the outcome of the game or whatever. Don't let it get to y'all.
Yeah.
But it is, like it's
when you're in the heat of a game and the game is that close, it's hard to you can say that in the first half. You can't say that in the second half.
Yeah.
Like you can't say that in the fourth quarter when there's 4 minutes left and you're on the pivotal drive where they're upset, say they're upset and you got to get a stop and they're in field goal range. You can't say shit like that. That's when you want stuff to be that's why I'm saying that's why I want the game to be called fair. I don't want even in the Eagles and Rams game, it was the same thing, bro. It's just I just want clean. And I know you're not gonna get every call right. You're not gonna get every call right, but make the right call. That's all that I care about. You might miss a few. Just don't miss the big ones, the important ones, like the ones that are that's gonna change the trajectory of the game.
James, don't create something that don't need to be there.
Oh yeah, that's true too. Yep, that's very true.
And
But that referee game is genius territory. That's what I was talking about.
There you go, Genius territory.
Yeah.
And I don't like that the Chiefs players were kind of like coming after the Texans fans because like to tell you the truth, remember whenever they lost to the fucking Bills was it last year or 2 years ago?
Yeah, it was last year.
When Patrick Mahomes, instead of congratulating Josh Allen, he was like, that was a bullshit call.
Yeah.
I felt like I would be really pissed if I was a Texas player too, because to me they have all right. They have the I mean it's
they have the right to complain, but they're headed in the right direction.
Yeah.
The Texans are what the Bills were when the Chiefs had Tyreek Hill. It's like they're headed in the right direction. They're gonna get there. They got the right coaching staff. They got the right players, and they'll get there. It's just gonna take a year or two more probably. Because I felt like CJ missed a lot of stuff, but he was also getting harassed, man. So, like, I give him kudos for fighting, and it's nothing you can really do about it, man. I don't want to put too much on the refs because they make mistakes, bro. They do. They make mistakes.
That's what I'll say. This is what I'll go with because I understand everyone's frustration, and I get it. Like those penalties were annoying, Pat flopping. And there's people I was listening to on TikTok with their live streams today, and man, like, okay, I get that everyone has feelings about Brady and a lot of other guys that get the special treatment that Mahomes is getting now. But I'll tell you this: I saw Brady get hit a lot to earn some of those things. I don't see Mahomes get hit that hard to just get the phantom calls that we did see. To be fair. And so, I mean, look, I'm not saying that it's fair either way. Like, it's whatever. Yeah. Like, I get it. My guy benefited the shit during his time. Right now, it's Mahomes' turn and all that shit. And look, Cody, I know you said this. They should update that effing shit. Like, when it's a blatant wrong call, gotta reverse that. Yeah. You know why they're not gonna do it? Because the league is trying to protect their golden children, bro. Yeah. Like, that was the whole point. That's why I mentioned, like, when James said mostly everyone does it, they mention Brady's legs. Yeah. Nobody wants to mention. Everyone forgets Aaron Rodgers and his collarbone. Yeah, because that shit was very devastating for a lot of people.
No, and I mean
that's the weight one. That's the one that's like that makes it worse because everyone here can understand going low. Yeah. Everyone can understand chop blocks and all that shit. Yeah, we get that. But going full body. Yeah, and I'm like, dude, these are 300 fucking pounders coming at you. Like they're trying to, like they're fucking called defensive tackles. They're called defensive ends as an end your life. Like that's what they're trying to do. Like, so I get it. We don't like it, but it's never gonna get changed. Respectfully, I don't see it happening because we've been having these complaints about Brady and Rodgers and everyone for years, and these haven't done anything. It's like asking, wouldn't you change the 3-point line with Steph Curry and all them for shooting all these threes? They're not. Yeah, they're not. It's just something that's going to be there. Yeah. Steezy says, I want to hear Marco's take on the Chiefs win. Well, Marco was there at the game live. He got to enjoy it, and every time that we were making a fuss about the calls or the phantom calls on the text thread, he was like, he hit him. It happened. Deal with it. Suck it. Like that's you got to understand. Like when you're winning, to them they don't matter. Like. Offer again, like that shit's not gonna come back to them. Like they won. That's
or you could be like Jeff and say they hit him too hard.
Oh, but Jeff was laughing, dude. Jeff was hysterical because he was basically calling the hypocrisy on the whole shit. Because Jeff was like, "Did you not get his sarcasm?"
Yeah.
Okay, I was just gonna say, bro, because he's like, because when he said, "Why'd they hit him so hard?" I was dying, bro. Because we know Jeff loves freaking Mahomes, but like that's just ridiculous, and that's just the shit that everyone gets tired of. Even like a lot of Mahomes faithfuls are like, I don't know if I really like what that kind of style.
Yeah. I mean, you get what you get in, and you get what's coming to you. So I hope they ball out like they supposed to, and I hope this Buffalo game is a lot better.
No, but like my friend, he's a big time Texans fan, and their whole family is, and I could just like, I feel for them, man, because to tell you the truth, they honestly could have upsetted them. To tell you the truth, They could have.
Look, respectfully, I don't think so. And the reason why is I don't feel like offensively they got like enough to go at it. Like you gotta remember, and here's one thing Cody said. Chiefs scored 10 points off those two BS calls. Without them, they lose easy. I don't think so, bro. Your offense wasn't moving as fluently as we would like. It could be because your wide receivers 4, 5, and 6 suck.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have Diggs, you don't have Tank Dell, so you know your weapons are hurting a little bit. Nico's getting doubled, you know, and some people are out there criticizing Nico for his shit. Like, what did he do wrong? Like, he's just trying to play ball, you know. I think there's some people, I'm not gonna name names, says that Nico's not a wide receiver one. I'm like, chill, come on. But I do think even without the BS penalties, which is so frustrating, I think the Chiefs could have won easily just because Houston struggles this year and their offense has not been consistent. And we saw it this weekend that they only scored 12 points if you don't count that safety. Because Fairbairn fucking missing kicks left 4 points off the board too. Let's remember that does not help at all.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I think Cody has a point though. Like I said, man, football's a momentum game, and if you take away those 10 points, you who knows, right? But then that's that we're also playing the what if game, and But I mean, 10 points.
And
is 10
I mean
points.
that's my stance on it. It's just like you want to do the what if game, and you be like, oh well, if they didn't do this, and then you take. So if you take that away, you got to take this away on this side. My thing is simple, man. It's just like the game would have been totally different with Diggs and Tank Dell on the field. Put it like that.
It would have, and we'll never know what next year what they're gonna do. Or they're gonna keep Diggs for one more year because Tank Dell's probably gonna miss all of next year. We just don't know what's gonna happen. But like at the end of the day, like, dude, did anybody in the Houston side stop Travis Kelce? Like they were doing some work, right? Will Anderson was getting the backfield and he was killing it.
Yeah.
But the linebacker work, you know, the secondary, they weren't doing as Stingley was doing his thing, but not many people were freaking stopping Kelce after Kelce got another 100 yards in a postseason game, and we know that postseason's where he's going to turn it on after being like shut out the whole season. Hell, give props to Mahomes because he was running away from a fucking sack. They tripped him up, and before his knees got to the floor, motherfucker threw a dime to Kelce. Y'all remember that play?
Yeah.
I mean, it's reminiscent to the Super Bowl freaking was it a 55 game with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? But hey, I'm just saying, give him props because that shit was nice and the pressure was on. Cody, I know you're a Texas fan. Your defense, if y'all keep those pieces, you'll be good. Your offense, of course,
they just gotta add, man. They just need a little bit more speed on speed in the linebacker area.
There's a few things that need to touch up, yeah. But I mean, the O-line needs work.
I think with Hunter and Anderson coming off the edge, and they had Autry blowing up the middle, that was pretty. I mean, the defensive line was solid. I thought it was just the linebacker core, like they wasn't moving around enough. Like,
what's his name? El Shazier.
Yeah, he was lost, bro.
He had a difficult time covering. He got kind of lost sometimes in covering.
I feel like he's more better off the edge. Like he should be coming off the edge a little bit more. But it's just, I mean, I think it's all predicated in matchups, man. Like sometimes you just got to go out there with what you got. And I mean, they made some key stops, man. I'm telling you, key fucking stops. And it's just efficient.
Well, your stops are great, but if your offense isn't fluently working the whole night, it's just what can you do? I mean,
and there was some crucial drops on offense that had them stalemate. So it's like I said, we know they were playing with 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah,
and it's not fair, and you know, Dalton Schultz was getting locked up.
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, Kansas City's back in the AFC Championship,
right? And that's the minimum they're gonna get unless they meet the Bengals early on. But the Bengals weren't even in the postseason. So, all right, we got comments here before we move on to the next game. The way people and conspiracy theories say KC has the refs in their pockets is easily refutable, but when it comes to the game against Houston, it was so blatant and proves the wackos right. Cody says, I think calling calls that didn't even happen are worse than having missed calls. If they change up that rule where, replay assist says, go ahead, pick up that flag, I'm all for it. I don't think they're going to do it, to be honest with you, but I'm all for it because I think that would be best for the game.
I think what they're trying to do, because if you do that, if you compare the NBA games to the old NBA games, these shits is long because you figure every foul you can fucking go like this and it's reviewable. Then you gotta go to the sideline. Then they gotta look at it. Then they gotta make a call. So if you can do that, if you start taking away, like if you just take away the challenge flag in the NFL, you take that away and make every call reviewable. Dog, these games are gonna be long as hell. Like, and I think that's one of the main reasons they don't want to do it. But I'm all for being able to challenge every call because. Some of that shit is.
Hey, and replay assists, like the XFL, people see it like, hey, quick 10 seconds, boom, 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 we're in it. Like, let's fix it, let's boom. There's no this, we need to watch a replay for a full like 5-minute commercial and just make sure everything's all right. Like, no, replay assists can get that shit done. Milton, am I reading this right? What the way KC's D line played against the O line, KC was okay. No, it was a comma. It was just confused the fuck out of me. Alex does that too with his text messages. Sometimes he sends a one fucking long essay and it's one damn sentence with the way I have to read it. I know it's voice to text, but my God, Alex, my God. Houston had no answer for Kelce. Yep, that's what I'm saying. Kelce went off for another 100 yards. And, bro, these are the games, these playoff games where he's wide receiver one. Yeah, so don't look for D-Hop. Don't think Worthy.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm saying, like, okay, if you look at the way Houston was able to defend versus KC defense, like KC was able to lock up more. They have more mobile linebackers. Chanel, Bolton. What's the other one?
Yeah, but you're right, James. But at the same time, too,
but I'm saying nobody can put a body on Kelce. Like Christian Harris is the one I'm thinking could be man to man with him because he has the speed and mobility. But they were sitting more in zone than man and shit.
If I'm Houston or any future teams that play KC, Buffalo, or either one of the NFC teams, if what KC wins this weekend, I'm doubling Kelce the whole time. I'm taking him out the game. And I'll trust man to man against the speedsters and D-Hop because D-Hop's older. I know he's got the hands of a god, but he's still human. He's still out there, and you still got a rookie and Worthy, and then Brown is still like not. I wouldn't say he's fully 100%, but you never know. I would just like, why am I because honestly, Kelce's the one that's gonna kill you because Kelce's the guy that's going to be the one that's going to get you that first down when you really need it. Those guys are just going to get you the more explosive plays and stuff like that. So that's like for this weekend. If I'm Buffalo, I'm looking for two guys to hold down Kelce because I don't want him to go off. Cody says no because our defense was stopping them and we would have kept winning field advantage. Possibly. It's a what if. We just won't ever truly know. Sally, that's still in the. Mahomes was flopping. I don't give him credit. LeBron James Jr. Stops don't matter if refs create new first downs. Like those stops were so big, them were handed first downs. Yeah.
Well. Dude, I feel bad for Cody for real because like I can't imagine that. Like
Bills Mafia won't be here next week. By the way, I'm just gonna tell y'all now.
Like the Bears, we don't really play Patrick Mahomes that much, but imagine the teams that have to play him every fucking year and that happens. Like that would be fucking sick, dude. Fuck that.
Let's talk about another sick moment. The Detroit Lions hosted the Washington Commanders. And god damn, bro, Jared Goff turned back into a pumpkin real quick. My God. I don't know what it was about this game, but Alex, I'll start with you, man. Is Jared Goff on fraud alert?
Not really.
Moving forward?
Possibly, but I like I told you guys at the beginning of the year, man, I've never really people gave praises to the Detroit Lions defense. I never really thought they were really that good because they had a couple guys on that defense. I'm like, how the fuck is he like how they a good defense? Because what's the name? Their cornerback for Detroit, I think his name is
Terry Arnold.
No. He came in. He played for the Bears. It was not Vasher. Well, anyways, he was cornerback too for the Bears for a couple of years, and he was terrible, and he was getting cooked all fucking game. I'm like, dude, and then I never really thought Kobe Joseph, what's his name, Joseph, was that good either. He had a lot of interceptions, but to me, he was always getting lost in coverage throughout the whole year.
You think
And they got
he just hunted for ACLs?
He was like he would always getting lost. So I mean, it looks like Kingsbury dialed it up where they were just attacking them the whole damn game.
You think of, you were talking about Kindle Wilder?
Vidor,
Yeah.
Yeah, he played for the Bears. Dude, he was trash. I'm like, how the hell does he have a starting line? How does he have a starting spot in Detroit?
Because they have 13 people in IR. That's why.
But like, I don't know, man. He was bad. So it doesn't surprise me that defense was getting torn up, honestly, because they can't cover anybody. And the Detroit's always had that I guess if you look at every time you play Detroit, we're gonna get 40, 50 points.
Let me tell you about their freaking DBs on IR right now. Carlton Davis, fucking Khalil Dorsey. Yeah, those guys being out, especially I don't remember how healthy Terry Arnold was in this game, but like those guys being out, this motherfucker has no choice. They have to play him, you know.
And then then you don't have your best defensive player either.
And, which they still went 15-2.
Yeah, but I mean, still, yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, they're
So is Jared Goff on fraud alert from now on? Yeah, don't talk to me about the defense. I want to know if Jared Goff is on fraud alert the rest of the way of his career now that Ben Johnson's gone.
Yeah, that was going to get to that. He possibly can because who they're going to bring in now to help Jared Goff in the offense. I mean, they still have a lot of key players. So could Jared Goff be the same player as last year? Possibly because of the core players are still there. So I don't know. Talk to me whenever they hire another OC. Then I'll give you another.
They're probably just going to upgrade their QB coach, right? That's probably what they're going to do. They're going to promote him from within. That's what I'm assuming. That's usually the case. So we'll see. All right, James. I mean, obviously, a division rival for you, the Commanders, with the young guy, with your former DC, with a bunch of former players of the Dallas Cowboys. They triumphantly upset the number one team in the NFC. The rookies going to NFC Championship game. Is this a fraud? Is this a fluke by the Washington Commanders?
No, this is not. And this is I call this what you call looking ahead. And I felt like the Detroit, they've been in the media, they've been talking crazy. St. Brown been talking crazy. Bringing
gotta get off the podcast. I'm on Raw. Gotta get off the podcast.
And then Montgomery was coming back. They thought they was gonna be able to just implement plug and play. And no, man, when a team really dials in on you and they're focused and ready, like anything can happen. You can't look past. They're there for a reason. It's not like they just so happen to beat the team up. No, they there for a reason. They did their job and they won and they played the opponent in front of them, and you can't do nothing about that. I think Jaden Daniels is, man. I hope year two don't look like I hope his year two doesn't look like his year one. But I mean, the kid was poised, man. Like he made play after play. He took what was there. He didn't try to force too much. Their defense played lights out, and it's just like, I mean, it's something that you can just like Dan Quinn, man, you just got to give it to him. Like he really did a thing with the defense, man, and they made it hard on Jared Goff. Like, and those guys made some plays. Like you saw Detroit made some plays, but when it mattered most, the Commanders got off the field, and they didn't have to do too much. He didn't have to have a crazy game. It was just like, just take what's there, use your legs when you need them, and that's what they did, bro. Like, so even when it comes to playing Philly, I don't put it past them that they can't beat Philly. I think they can beat Philly. I feel like they got the receivers, they got the front four on their D line. They get off the edge well. Their linebackers move around. It's a matter of just like, shit. if you can keep Saquon under control, force Jalen Hurts to put the ball in the air, you might have a chance. And that's what he hasn't had to do for a while. So, like, if somebody forces him to throw a little bit more than 20, 25 times a game, you might see something different. So it's just hats off to Dan Quinn, man. He put up a good scheme, and the boys came out there and they fought.
Shit, Alex, I know you've been very loud and vocal about it. You really got Washington still as frauds? Is that the right word? Is frauds the right word in your opinion?
I think people are going to fall back to our alley whenever it comes to next season because they bought. Honestly, I think Jaden Daniels caught people in the NFL for surprise. I mean, it's always like that. You never seen that type of quarterback. You don't know what his game is, right? Whenever people, like how James said, whenever teams dial in, then it's a little bit easier to game plan, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying it because I've followed his career since he was at Arizona State. He's done the same shit. So I'm not saying he's gonna be a bad quarterback, but I do believe it's gonna come back down to earth. Honestly, right now is probably the best time to get to the Super Bowl for him because honestly, these are one game away. So I guess you could say that's dumb because
But why fraud? That's what I'm wondering. Is it a fluke season? Because it wasn't expected. I wouldn't say fraud because fraud means fluke. You had expectations.
Maybe fluke because it's gonna trust me. Next year when it comes to next year, people are gonna have him in the top 10 already. MVP talks, this and that. It's not
spoiler, James. It's you.
It's gonna happen. Like trust me, it's gonna happen.
Let me ask this. I know it's maybe spoiling into what we're gonna do in a few weeks at the postseason stuff. Do you have a top 10 season?
Did he have a top 10 season?
As a
QB.
As a QB, yeah.
I would have to see everybody's performances. I'm not too sure.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say he had a top 10 season, but if there's guys ahead of him, statistically, I think he's right around 10 and 12 because he's not far off. He's balled the hell out.
Let me ask: would y'all put Sam Darnold up there?
Yeah,
Sam Darnold had. I think Sam Darnold.
Do you have to? I mean, I'm just saying he choked the last 2 weeks. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he choked the last 2 weeks. But I'm talking about when you look at the stats statistically, because everybody's gonna put Lamar at number 1. You're gonna have Josh Allen.
Not everyone.
I mean, shoot.
I'm not saying I'm not. I'm just saying that. I'm just saying.
I'm saying Lamar had a career year. I don't care how he went out the playoffs. He had a career year. And that's the thing. So for me, yes. And some of these guys' numbers aren't that far off. They're really not. I know Sam Darnold shit the bed, but he had a career season. Just before these final 2 games, he was like, hey, he could be MVP consideration. Same thing with Jared Goff. Hey, these guys are balling. You got the best 2 teams in the league coming out of the NFC.
That's why with Sam Darnold, I would say fluke, and Jared Goff, I would say fraud. Because Jared Goff had expectations with the team this year.
Yeah, because he got that contract. He deserved that contract. He got it, and he went out there. They had a hell of a year. I respect what you're saying. I think it's true. Sam Darnold's been known for just a mediocre backup that couldn't get the job done. 4 games into the season, we're like, who the fuck is this guy? He's throwing all these touchdowns. He didn't have interceptions. And then all of a sudden they hit a run, and then we're like, oh, MVP caliber. The Minnesota Vikings are finally going to pull it off. And then in the 2 games that mattered the most, he saw ghosts. And Jared Goff had the hell of a season. They battled through some injuries. They still kept winning. You're supposed to take down this rookie quarterback in this mediocre defense, and you choke up to some no-names. And so that's fraudulent. So that's a fair assessment.
Yep.
My book.
Yep, for sure. Cody says, I told y'all I knew something was in the water with Detroit losing.
He was the only one that picked Washington to win.
Oh, shit.
Goff won't win a ring, so tell Dan Campbell to do the math. Let him go. Well, they just signed him last year, so everyone's ready to get rid of people, but there's cap dead cap out there, people. They can't just let him go and let him go. They have to. Now that they extended him, they got to keep him for a while. You can't just drop him the first year that they suck. I mean, look at Dak. Cowboys fans are ready to move on, but are they ready for that $100 million dead cap? I don't think so.
Yeah, we can buy somebody to pay it off.
Oh God, yeah, you get the Sam Darnold. I think Sean McVay was onto something with Goff. I think everyone knew that. I mean, look, and I get it. Me and Alex, and some of us we put Goff in our top 10 this year going into the season. And don't get me wrong, Goff still had a top 10 season, right? Like it's like this last game was bad, but but he's just not the guy you can rely on to win it all. And there's like when they went to the Super Bowl with him, 3 points. I don't care if you didn't have Todd Gurley healthy. I don't care if Cup 3 points. Robert Woods was actually good at the time. 3 points. That's when they still had a really good Brandon Cooks. 3 points. I'm just saying, there's a reason why they traded for freaking Matthew Stafford in that first year they got him. They win the whole damn thing. So, Goff. Fraud watch, definitely.
The only reason why I also bring up the defense, I mean, Goff doesn't play defense. How many damn points do they give up? So that's the only thing I'm saying.
Right, but like we mentioned, a bunch of the defense is on starting our IR. Like
how many points did they score last game?
45?
30 something, right?
31.
Lions scored 31, I think, and then 45 for the Washington.
Yeah, your team scores more than 25 points, you should fucking win. Like your defense needs to come up too. Like
it doesn't help when you're throwing pick sixes, papas.
Yeah, I understand that too, but like I'm saying, your defense needs to come up at some point.
Bro, they fucking dude. When he threw that pick six, they fucking spine busted and headbutt fucking Jared Goff at the same time.
I'm only gonna
They made sure to put hands and feet on Jerry Goff.
Bro, and everyone was like,
flag.
Where was the flag for that one? Fucking Mahomes got phantom calls and fucking Goff got nothing. He got fucking headbutt.
So like I'm gonna bring it back to the Houston game. The kickoff return, they got the ball at the red zone. Houston still only gave up 3 points. That's what I'm saying. Like, I understand the defense has a lot of people on IR, but still, you're in the NFL, you need to fucking come up and stop.
But you can't throw 3 picks. You can't, and then you can't do a trick play with the motherfucking wide receiver looking at a triple coverage and still decide to fucking throw the ball like a dumbass. And then he goes to the silence. Well, what was I supposed to do? What was this? Not throw the ball there, you idiot.
So that's Ben Johnson already getting ready for Chicago.
Whoa. Ben Johnson can call the play. But fucking Jamison Williams was the one who decided to throw the ball into the coverage.
Yes,
just throw it away. Live another play. No, you throw it into the coverage. That was all the player on his own. Yeah. So you know what? If next year fucking Rome Odunze decides to throw the ball into quadruple coverage, it's not Ben Johnson's fault. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Record this moment because Alex will be like, it was Rome Odunze.
I'm gonna get him ready for this. Oh man, Milton says good clarification question. I'll give props to Jalen, my boy on TikTok, a boy for the people's debate. Drop the mic pod, whatever you want to go with. He's got millions of names. Mr. 82%. Jalen A. Smith, freaking Genie Jalen, whatever you want to call him. He was the one that brought up the fluke word, and I just was like, okay, this makes more sense of what Alex is probably thinking versus fraud, because fraud is such a harsh word. Now, there's sensitive people out there, like Washington fans were like, oh, don't say this is a fluke. Don't say this is motherfuckers, y'all, your over-under was 6.5 this year. Shut the fuck up. You are fucking fluked out of your damn mind. Fraud, no. But fluke, yes. Next year, maybe fraud watch. Definitely had a top 10 season. I think we're talking about Jaden, maybe? When he posted that. Maybe when he posted that. This isn't the first year Goff has done this, though. No, it's not. Again, there's a reason why McVay got rid of him. And then even last year, with that championship game against the Niners, they had the lead. They choked it. Milton says, as a franchise QB, you have to be able to overcome the defensive struggles or special teams. His turnovers were uncalled for. So many turnovers. And then they stopped running the ball, too. Gibbs was out of control. And then you stopped him from continuing to go. And that's one of the things we're going to talk about. they couldn't stop Gibbs. The play calling stopped Gibbs. So if we're gonna say anything, like I don't think Washington's gonna be that lucky against Saquon. I'm just saying next week. They did the tombstone pile driver to Goff. I mean, it was something. My God, that man's head bounced on the freaking court more than fucking James Harden does with the basketball. Boom. But damn, man. But overall, even with all the negative stuff we just said about, and rightfully so about Detroit, they had a hell of a season. And it will be interesting to see how they are after both their coordinators are gone. Ben Johnson's already gone, and Aaron Glenn, I think, is going to be a Jets head coach next year. Oh, good luck to Aaron Glenn. Oh, good luck,
he's going home. Hey,
it's home, but it's still poverty franchise nonetheless.
Yeah.
But give it up to Washington, man. Terry McLaurin, oh man, he's been waiting for this moment his whole fucking NFL career.
Yeah, he deserves it.
And he's up there, and hey, I know you're not gonna like it, Alex. Austin Eckler had some good runs in this game. You know what I'm saying? He got popped a few times too, but hey, Austin Eckler been waiting all his NFL career too to be in the freaking conference championship game.
Eckler, Saquon, and Derrick Henry put on the show for all the running backs.
I think Derrick Henry's
too.
Derrick Henry's been to the AFC Championship, right?
Yeah, with the Titans.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when they played the Chiefs in 2020? No, 21. Because 2020 was Bills and Chiefs the first time around. But give props to Jaden Daniels. I don't know if it should not affect the offensive rookie of the year stuff. That's regular season award, but more and more, man, y'all might dispute me on this, and I get it if you do. This kid's having a better rookie year than Lamar did. This dude's already a better passer right now than what Lamar was his first year, even the first couple of years.
Well, I mean, rightfully so. He started from the jump. Those guys didn't start from the jump.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying, well, he also had a longer college career too, right? So I do have to pinpoint that there. And by the way, Alex, you brought up his Arizona State days. Well, his teammates that were throwing away all his shit in the locker room down that one video, and they're out there just playing with their thumbs on fucking Twitch right now. So, apologize to Jaden Daniels, motherfuckers. Apologize.
Well, they ain't got to apologize.
All right.
They just need to know that they was wrong. He was right. He put in the work. They didn't. He transferred. He left. He won. He's a winner, and now he's where he belongs.
Apologize. No, I'm kidding. All right. Well, we will move on to the next game. We're moving on to Sunday, guys, and we kicked things off with Sunday with a big old snow game. It was of course the Philadelphia Eagles hosting the Los Angeles Rams. And honestly, a more competitive game than I thought would be.
Yeah.
Considering that I don't like Western teams or indoor teams that are playing in the cold. But hey, LA did their thing. They kept it as close as possible. At one point, they threatened it with bringing it within one score, but overall, the Eagles were just too much. James, how did you feel about this game?
This was a game like you said. It was one of those you thought you would see a blowout, and the Rams showed up and fought. Like, their defense kept them in this game the whole time, the entire time, bro. Like, I just don't know where they went wrong offensively. It was just some plays that just got away from Stafford, and you know what I'm saying? I think it was like I think their quick game would have helped if they would have started that much earlier. They kind of started it late, and you saw how fast they was moving the ball and getting the ball off. Like, Stafford was slinging that shit, bro. Like, and I was like, man, where was this at earlier? Because, like, dude, nobody could stop Puka but Puka. You know what I mean? Like, he just looked like he was unguardable. But it was, I don't know. I don't know what they needed, man. Because it was just like their offense would get into stalemates, and goddamn, bro, Jalen Carter's a monster, man. Like, he was just moving people around, bro. Like, and I felt the same way for the Rams defense. Like, Verse and Young were going crazy. Like, they were getting in there, but it was just like it was just Saquon was too much, bro. Like, it made it easy for Jalen Hurts. Like, and so it was a hell of a game, bro. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Hey, man, another freaking 200-yard rushing game for Saquon. Some people said that doesn't repeat what happened in the regular season in a rematch. in the postseason, and Saquon continues to prove doubters wrong, man. He ran for like 255 the first meeting in the regular season, and then this game he ran for 205. Hey, it's no game, man. It's the run game that's going to win the specialty. I will say this, and I hate the narrative, and I know Alex is going to jump on Eagles shit because I know how much he hates the Eagles right now. He hates anything green right now, but despite the fact that he is a Pleasanton Eagle. But man, Jalen Hurts is getting so much shit online right now, James. It's freaking ridiculous because they're like, he can't throw it. It's all Saquon or bust. They can't do anything without. And I'm like, are we not watching the same game? Because I saw AJ Brown, Mr. Inner Everything, dropping some big passes from Jalen Hurts, and I'm just like, dude, what is going on?
No, it's just one of those narratives with Jalen Hurts where he's not a gunslinger. He's not positioned to have to be the gunslinger. Nigga, if I got Saquon Barkley behind me, you gonna call me a game manager because I'm dive left, dive right, stretch left, stretch right. If I got the line and I got the protection to block him and get him on the outside, man, I'm throwing a tip. I'm giving the ball to my running back. Why would I put the ball in the air 30, 40 times when I don't have to? Like, he doesn't have to play that style of a game. He just has to make sure he manages the ball and don't give it back to the defense. So, of course, he's getting that. But when he's proven this year when he had to throw the ball, like, he could. And so, I mean, you just got to let people talk and say what they say. Just stay focused. Like, stay in the game plan and don't get beside yourself. Like, because if you do, then you just, you know what I'm saying, it's selfish and you're taking away from your team. You got a beast back there. Give it to him.
Do you concur, Alex?
I don't I've never critiqued a quarterback for just being a game manager because I think the narrative is that only some people do that to certain players. That's my only pushback on it. Because I hate when I'm sure Philly has plenty of fans. They create the narrative to other quarterbacks. Whenever Brock Purdy was doing the same thing in at the 49ers a couple years ago and they met each other in the championship game, there was a lot of Philly fans pushing that narrative on
CMC and Purdy.
Yes. But now that's on them. They don't want to move the goalpost, right? That's my only thing about Philly fans, bro. They do that shit a lot. And I know this for a fact. There's people that said that Caleb Williams had a bad year. That they wasted a pick. Well, then why aren't you critiquing Jalen Hurts, your own quarterback? He had 18 touchdowns, 5 picks, right? That's pretty good. That's honestly a decent season, right? I think he had under 3,000 yards. And then they say, oh, we gave most of the running game came to most of the game was to Saquon. He had 2,000. Okay. Well, Phillip Rivers, whenever he had LaDainian Tomlinson back there, he still threw over 4,000 yards and still had LaDainian Tomlinson almost topping off 2,000 yards too. And at that time of year, at that time they were only playing 16 games.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So my only pushback is to fans is to stop moving the goalposts for certain players. I've never had a problem with quarterbacks handing the ball off. Marco was a couple years ago was talking shit about Ryan Tannehill handing off the ball. There's nothing wrong with it, man. There's like if that's the way teams
you're gonna win games that way.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with it.
But if you have that caliber of player, like I said, if you have that caliber of player in the backfield, like, dude, if you got a 50-50 game plan or a 60-40, long as the result is a W, bro, I'm taking.
Yeah, like don't be dumb. We've seen what the offense looks like if they go pass heavy, right? Yeah. Jalen Hurts does have a tough time throwing the ball sometimes and turning over the ball. They dialed it back and started running the ball with Saquon, which is
the right
the
move.
best thing. Yeah, like do it. But yeah, I never had. To me, there's never a problem doing that.
I will say this, Alex, to kind of like push back because I couldn't understand fans' feelings that Jalen could have done a little more, right?
Yeah.
Because like even last year or whenever, yeah, when we were talking about Brock Purdy or CMC in the conversations, right? Of CMC still did 2,000 scrimmage, right? 14 rushing, like 600, 500 passing. But Brock Purdy still threw over 4,000 yards, right? Like he still had like a good passing season. And then with this year, and I get it, he was limited to about 20, 23 passes a game after week 4. And then there's that whole one game where they went crazy. When you have Hurts and who goes under 3,000 passing yards and Saquon going over 2,000, and then on the other conference, you have Lamar, who throws and runs for basically 5,000, while you have Derrick Henry with 1,900. I can understand a little bit of frustration there, not just from like just if it's Philly fans or other fans. I'm just saying like you can see it, right? Because Jalen Hurts was, I don't know if we agree to this or not. I mean, how he felt about it before. Jalen Hurts beforehand was probably deemed a better passer than Lamar. I don't know if that's how we've always felt or whatever, but the fact is that now Lamar's shown his capabilities with passing, and the team still allowed Derrick Henry to thrive with 1,900. While at the same time, Lamar gets 5,000 yards. You get what I mean? It's just it's tough, right? You like why is this duo so great, but the other duo is like doesn't have to put in as much work.
I feel like you can't those. I feel like you can't compare those two guys to each other because one's more of a dual threat than the other. Like Jalen can run, but he's not going to make the explosive run that Lamar get. Lamar can take off for 75 and not be caught. Jalen might get you 30 to 40, but he's going to get ran down or he's going to slide. I feel like Jalen Daniels is somebody that like that's the end all be all for me. Like I want you to look like that guy before your career is done because I feel like they have similarities. Like I don't see that out of Jalen Hurts. I see Jalen more of a passer. And he's more of an inside the pocket guy. Now he'll take off, but like he's not gonna make that same explosive play. So I can see them wanting him to be more like that. But I mean, if my team's winning, I have no issues, bro. It's when we're losing and you're not making the right plays or reads, or you're not leading your team.
So let me ask you this, James. Do you trust, let's say if Washington has a 1-score or 2-score lead over Philly this weekend, are you ready to put it all on Jalen Hurts' hands and say, get the job done? Or are you going to be like, let's slow the game down still and still give it to Saquon? What are we game planning if they start falling behind like Detroit did?
Okay, first of all, I think it depends on if we're in the first half or the second half.
Let's say second half.
If it's second half, you got to put it on them. I need you to will your team back into it. And I mean, in the sense of knowing that your defense can make plays, like what does he have to make the plays to get back down 14 points? He has a tight end. He has multiple running backs. You got 2 number 1 wide receivers. Shit, you even got a 6'7" wide receiver. Shit, put that big ass nigga out there.
You got people that don't believe that Jalen Hurts is a top 10 guy that he can't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so this is his time to prove everybody wrong. You have he has the coach, he has the defense, he has the offensive weapons. Dude, you have no excuse. Like some people have excuses. Look at what Josh Allen is playing with. Like you can't name me. Like you can probably name me the players, but they're not top 25 caliber guys. Like they're not. I mean, Amari Cooper is, but I mean, I don't even know what his situation is with the team. But like, other than that
was a bad trade in the long sense.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, but other than that, like, Josh Allen literally has nothing. I feel like his best weapon is James Cook. but he's getting the job done. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you start to look at teams and players and situations, like Jalen Hurts don't have no, like, it's no reason for you to be like, oh, well, I don't have. No, you have everything, kid. Like it's either now or never. Because I feel like this team is on the way to be, they're going to end up looking like the 49ers before it's too long, where people start getting hurt and then people start wanting to get traded and people start wanting out. Because you can't keep getting to this. You can't keep getting to the pinnacle and then just falling short of glory, bro. Like it's just like you got to go get it done. And I'm not saying it's his fault, but like, bro, you're at the helm. You got to make it. You got to get it. Got to get the job done.
Yep. All right, going back to some comments. Milton says turnovers killed LA. That was this week's divisional round story. Can't give the ball away in playoff. All teams that lost the turnover battle lost the game. I think Houston's the only one that didn't have a turnover battle. They just had a ref battle. Rams receivers were dropping easy stuff.
Yeah.
Top 2 performances for Philly on the ground. 1 versus Rams. 2 Rams. Hey, whoa! Are we sure about that? I mean, there was that one game against the Giants. That was one of the great games that Saquon had this year.
Yeah,
he could have had 2 of those too. Hurts did his job. I think he's agreeing with all of us. Hurts did do his job, and there's really nothing wrong with what Hurts has done this year. I mean, is it? It's just not flashy, and that's what people want. You got to be this guy, guys. Not everyone can be a fraudulent QB like freaking Dak. Okay. And we got our boy, Boach West. I'm here to cause chaos. I love it. Let's cause chaos tonight. All right. Any final thoughts on Rams and Eagles, guys, before we move on?
Oh, yeah. Sirianni almost got fired on Monday. Was it Monday or Saturday? Was it when they played Sunday, right?
They played Sunday.
Yeah, he was almost fired on Monday. They nearly lost the game towards the end. I was like, holy shit. I was like, yo, are we going to get an overtime or what?
Are we going to get a coaching change now? Mid-postseason?
Bro, I think because I think the call that Sean McVay and I think Matthew Stafford wanted was I don't know if it was holding or pass interference, but they wanted it on Darius Slay on that out route. I think it was Puka Nacua that he was throwing to, and I think something happened. And they were calling for that. And I was just like, bro.
Slade looked like a burnt toast out there all fucking game.
Dude, did he make some things happen?
Yeah, he did.
We did. You're just ready for him. Big head Slade. You're just ready for him to retire, aren't you? Okay.
No, I like Slade. I really do. I think he's one of my favorite cornerbacks. But dude, he it's honestly it's that time, man. The young bucks are getting to him. Honestly. They are.
It's time for some white boy action. Cooper DeJean, let's go.
Yeah. Hey, I said the same thing about him and Tre'Davious White. I said, hey, y'all, it's time to hang him up, man. Y'all get cooked up. Keon Coleman was frying Tre'Davious White. I was like, Lord Jesus. I said, man, every time you get a call, you got to look up at the Jumbotron. It's time for you to go sit on the sideline. Is that
all right?
You got to look at the Jumbotron.
Jesus Christ. All right, let's move on to the final game of the Sunday night. It was Ravens heading out to Buffalo to have a battle of the MVPs. And man. One team won happily and the other team went home miserably.
I'm so tired of talking about this game.
We haven't even talked yet.
That's how bad it is. I didn't talk about it with everybody else. I'm so sick of talking about
Buffalo Bills win at home 27-25. Turnovers, drop passes, just everything that you can imagine went wrong for the Ravens. James, why can't the Ravens play in the postseason how they play in the regular season? What is going on?
Like we just said, man, turnovers, drop passes. And like I told everybody, man, I'm keeping short. And like I told everybody, the turnovers, like, okay, so let's start like this. Let's go in order. The first turnover, you have the interception. Milano comes through the A gap or B gap. I'm not a defensive player, so I don't know which one it was. Alex can correct me if I'm wrong. But Milano comes through on that, and Lamar is looking to throw the out route, or I think it was a streak route. before he gets there. He was just trying to throw ahead and stuff like that. You can't do, man. Like, you got to live to play the next down. So I felt like that was one of those throws where you just didn't have to make that read. They go down, they score off of that. Then you have the RPO play where he claims that he couldn't throw the ball because his O-line was already moving up the field, so it would have been a legal man downfield. And you have DeMar Hamlin blitzing off the edge. Bro, you're playing in conditions that you don't normally play in. Like, you can't be you are Lamar. You're one of the best in the business, but like to try to make that move. And like the snap was already bad. Like if you look at the snap, like he had to go like this for the snap, and then he's turning, and then DeMar is already right there. Now he's trying to juke, and you're in bad.
But he decides to hold on to the ball with one hand.
Yeah.
No, doesn't secure
it. It's like you can't, like, that's too much in that type of weather, man. It's just like live to play the next down. You already had a bad snap. Like just go down, take the sack, live, play the next play. And that transpired in like a 60-yard return fumble for Von Miller. It wasn't a touchdown, but it put him in the red area. So it's just like you're giving up points. And after that, they pretty much snapped back and they made it a game. Which is, if you don't have those two turnovers, those two pivotal turnovers right there, like, dude, they outplayed Buffalo.
So you think those two, the Lamar turnovers, were the pivotal stuff?
I mean, well, and then you add on Mark Andrews' turnover where he thought he was Antonio Gates.
He thought he was Zay Flowers, bro. You saw that same fucking spin turning.
He thought he was Antonio Gates, man. Like, and I'm just saying, I'm not putting it on Lamar, and I don't want to fault Mark Andrews. I'm just saying, if you just don't have those turnovers, period, like the game is totally different. Like, because even with them giving up those 3 possessions, they lost by 2 points. Imagine if they don't turn the ball over. Like, and turnovers are a part of the game, so it's bound to happen. But I'm thinking that those turnovers that they had, they weren't created; they were self-made. Like, if Mark Andrews just gets down, they're good. If Lamar just sits down, they're good. If Lamar just throws the ball away, they live to play the next down. So because everybody wants to put it on a 2-point conversion, bro. Like, the man just bobbled the ball. It was a good pass. He just, you know what I'm saying? He does what every receiver does once in a while. They fucking, you know what I'm saying?
It's just the wrong time when you're one of the highest paid tight ends to like drop the ball at that moment.
It is. It sucks, bro. It sucks. I hate to say it. It sucks. I understand it, but it's just I feel like the turnovers they were self-inflicted, and if they don't have them, we're talking about a different game. I'm not saying they win the game, but I feel like the game would be completely different. So it's just one of those things, man. I think they have all the right pieces. They have the right coaches. They have the talent. They don't lack anything, man. I just felt those 3 turnovers were just too pivotal to overcome, and they almost did it. So, like, it's just hats off to Buffalo, man. They played it. Josh Allen and them played a clean game, and they did what they were supposed to do. They kept their foot on their neck, and they didn't let them get back. So, hey, just got to give it to Bills Mafia.
Alex, you alive?
Yeah, I'm alive.
All right. I couldn't tell. You look like you're trying to be James there, all dark and handsome. What did you think of the game, man? Obviously, we can nag on all the negative things that Baltimore did to lose themselves this game, but talk to me about Buffalo, bro. Give me some upside that what Buffalo did on Sunday night.
Let me see. Hold on.
The Bills make me wanna kick your heels, throw your hands up and throw your head back and come on now. The Bills are making it happen now.
Copyrights are coming.
No, man. Like James said, the Bills played a clean game. A lot of people didn't expect them to be in the playoffs, and when they got to this point, rightfully so. Some people thought they were going to get beat by a lot. We've seen it at the beginning of the year, but there's at that time when they played each other at the beginning of the year, a lot of players didn't play, especially on the defense. Like Matt Milano made a huge difference, man. I know he didn't have one of them big tackles, but him just being there
His
and
presence.
in forcing throws to go over because he was there was a big detriment. Like that first interception that Lamar threw was because of Matt Milano. Honestly, he looked down the middle and he didn't have anybody open, so he tried to throw it out. He tried to throw it to the outside, and then I guess it was miscommunication or whatever. But interception, right? That doesn't go in the stat book when Matt Milano's name does not go in the stat book. But if you watch the game, it's because of him.
Yeah.
He was charging him. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, man, that's the big difference. They got a lot of key players back. They are on the older side. And Josh Allen, same thing. If people want to talk mess about Hurts, I'm pretty sure they're going to be talking mess about Allen because he only threw. I think he threw under 200 yards, right?
That morning, freaking FS1 show, the one with that stupid Carson dude. He was trying to show a graphic that made I wasn't really trying to understand. He showed a graphic where, okay, Josh Allen threw for 127, and with like 16 passes, like 15 or 16 passes. Jalen Hurts threw for 118, about 15, 16 passes. Patrick Mahomes threw for like 177, 16 passes. While Lamar's over here with 16 passes, 254 yards, and they lost. So in the end, this is not a QB league, something like that. But whatever. But yeah, Josh Allen only threw for 127.
Yeah, but he had those like runs or what the first downs. He got him. He got it for the team. So I think they say it's the MVP race, but that game was for the MVP. But I think Josh Allen should win it. I mean, I he had my vote since mid season. But
well, that's not true. That's not true. We did the award. No, you had Lamar. Fuck
I thought I had Josh Allen.
No, you had Lamar. You didn't even have Josh as your honorable mention. I was the only one that had Josh as honorable mention. I was shocked.
Really? Yeah. I don't remember. I don't remember. I thought I had Josh Allen.
See, now you're just lying to the community. You think you're Marco. Okay, cool. Thanks, man. Thanks for your false narratives. Cool. All right.
But yeah, I don't know, man. That was a good game. I mean, I wasn't gonna throw nothing on Lamar. I know you have 2 turnovers, but like I said, the losses shouldn't go against quarterbacks. I hate when people do that. Like fucking football is a team game. It's a stupid thing to put losses on quarterbacks. I hate that they do it, but I don't know.
It is what it is when you're the highest paid player on the team, bro. And you got the ball in your hand most of the time. It is what it is.
And people talking shit about. I mean, what's the name? Andrews too. That's a pretty hard catch. I mean, he's falling backwards. It's snowing. It's wet. I'm not trying to make excuses either, but like that. I mean, that's still pretty hard. It looks the hardest ones are the easiest ones to catch. Honestly, that ball could look like it's hanging in the air for like minutes. And it's
okay. So it might be a nice thing or it might be a savage thing. The Bills have already donated $32,000 to a charity that Mark Andrew supports.
They do that. The Bills.
Yeah, they're good people.
Yeah,
that's them every year, bro.
Yeah,
it's kind of it's savage, but it's also respectable. You know what I mean?
Respectably savage.
No, because whenever Bass missed the kick against the Kansas City, the Bills still sent money for his charity. When Andy Dalton got into the playoffs, they weren't even playing Cincinnati. No. They were playing in a different.
Someone they beat eliminated that team, and they got Bills into the playoffs. Yeah.
So they donated to they donated to Andy Dalton's charity. The Bills has always been like that. The Bills Mafia has always been like that.
And what do they do with the division rivals? They throw dildos. So just want you to know that, they're not always nice people. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but I mean, look, the first Lamar interception bad, but there's no points lost in that one, right? The defense held up their own. The fumble, man, Von Miller ran that shit far back as he could. He tried to be 20 years old. He clearly 45. You see the speed is not the same no more, but they got him in position to really score easily. The Mark Andrews one, bro, you're a tight end. You're not Antonio Gates. You're not Zay Flowers. You cannot do spin moves and then try to fucking just create your own damn thing. Sorry, like that's not you. And then the whole thing, and Alex, you brought it up. And then right now in the comments, Milton asked, "What's the move for Baltimore wide receiver going on defense?" I'm like, the defense obviously is what they need to fix on because for the most of the year they had issues with it. But really, this team could have won easily, in my opinion. I still think like and we're going to play the what if game again. If they keep running the ball like they did in that second half. If they have no turnovers, so they keep moving it. I mean, Lamar was having a good game minus turnovers. Derrick Henry was running through them with ease, respectfully. I know that there was a lot of good, like DeMar Hamlin tackles, freaking early on the legs and shit like that. Like, impressive, but at the same time, Derrick Henry still went off when he wanted to in the second half.
And that's what they said. They said it during the halftime break. I think it was. I can never remember his name, but Bill Cowher and them said, like, yeah, you got Derrick Henry down early, but he's not one of those guys that it don't matter what he starts like, it's how he finishes. And if they keep pounding, you're not going to want to keep tackling him. And that's exactly what happened. He exploded in the second half. That's why I said, outside of the 3 turnovers, they still made this a 2-point game that should have went into OT. Like, and you just imagine what the game looked like if you don't give up the ball like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I give props to Bills because they played their perfect game as far as they don't make mistakes. They held up when they needed to, and they were good. But man, if Lamar and this Ravens squad that we always hype up in the regular season, that we believe he's a multi-time MVP, whether you think he won it last year or he deserves it this year, whatever how you feel, it don't matter. Most likely a future Hall of Famer with the multiple MVPs he's gonna be having. Like, dude, you gotta show up in these games. You can't be like doing double turnovers in the games that you end up losing in the playoffs. Like that's like real narratively. I know he's 3-5 overall. I don't really give a fuck for his first one as a rookie because it was a rookie, right? I don't give a fuck. But I mean, overall, I just like, dude. I'm like, let's see y'all play better in the postseason. Be better, bro. Like, be what you are in the regular season. Like, the season's not over when the regular season's, done. Like, keep going. That's all I'm asking for. Especially as a guy who's, like, trying to cheer for Lamar and fucking get him going. Like, dude,
I know that hurt you, right? Watching the movie.
As a Lamar fan, it hurts, bro, because I'm just like, I just want him to succeed. It's just like, dude, like,
you can't
the turnover.
You can't really it's hard to defend him when he plays like that, right?
And it's like, dude, do you see the rest of your game? It's one thing with the other games, right? Like last year with the Chiefs, the bad turnovers, the Zay fumble at the 1 and the triple coverage turnover, but it's like that was a bad game. This was arguably his best game in a loss. And it's like, dude, if you don't do those turnovers, you win easily, in my opinion. And he wins by more than a touchdown, like I thought he would have.
It's not really what Lamar did. It's what analysts do at the end of the game, right? Because to me, my biggest gripe is with Sam Alcho. I hate how he moves goal. Like I said, why do you only move
Sam or
Emmanuel Alcho?
I don't talk about Sam.
Yeah, he's a college football guy, but I hate when he does that because he only changes the narrative whenever he wants to. Like whenever after the Lamar game, he put out like, "Oh, this wasn't on Lamar. This was Lamar did everything he could to win the game." Wins and losses, like I said, are never on quarterbacks. But when 2 weeks prior you wanted to throw Herbert under the bus, and people called him out on it on X, like you waited 17, 18 games for him just to have one bad game, and all of a sudden you want to call him out. And then people called him in on X too about like you only move the goalposts for the only quarterbacks you want to, because he didn't want to say nothing about Lamar. He finally changed it to his narrative. If you watch the episode today, he was kind of calling Lamar out. Yeah, that's only because people were calling him out on X because he started writing back to some fans, and I'm like, damn, dude, like I hate when people do that. Like, just
You
if you're
think he's
gonna do
asking?
that,
You think he's asking Joy Taylor, watching the other side of the bed, if for suggestions on how to handle the media, how to
I
handle the
don't know,
fans?
yeah, but I hate when people do. Like I said, just stop doing that. Like, I don't know, man, they're.
Boach, what the hell are you trying to say? I can't tell if you're just screaming or you saying I'm
What is
yapping. I don't know, it's like a little dinosaur emote. Is that him causing chaos?
that?
All right.
But yeah, I hate when they do that shit.
Yeah. All right. Well, enough talk about what happened in the divisional round. Let's predict conference championship games, shall we? I know, James. I know it hurts. You're muted still, but we gotta talk about it, bro. We gotta go into.
Oh no, we can talk about it.
We gotta go into conference championship games, bro. All right. He says, I didn't mean to put that. It's all good, bro. All
I
right.
never seen that emoji before.
I didn't mean either. It must be an Android.
Yeah.
All right. We got the Washington Commanders versus the Philadelphia Eagles, an NFC East NFC Championship game, with the Philadelphia Eagles being -6 favorites. Alex, we know how anti-Eagle you are, and it's probably got to do with Shady McCoy, realistically.
Honestly,
What do we got here? Talk to me about this game, and who do you got winning?
one team has all the talent in the world. They shouldn't have no issue knocking off the slipper off this damn Cinderella that's still in this damn game in the playoffs. I mean, but it's hard to go against Dan Quinn and his defense have been balling a little bit, causing chaos. Like what was our boy's name, Boach?
Yeah.
I as much as I hate Philly, I think Philly got this. I'm picking Philly because they have the most talent. They got Saquon, best running back in the league. They shouldn't have no issue. If you have Vic Fangio and you want to be, or you crown yourself as the number one defense, you shouldn't have no issue stopping Austin Eckler or rookie quarterback Jaden Daniels. You've seen him twice already. You should already know how to game plan against him. If you lose to the Washington Commanders, that's probably especially with the talent that you have on the team, that will be embarrassing for the whole organization because they shouldn't be in the game with you. They really shouldn't.
But Alex, it's a divisional matchup.
Yeah, but you've already seen what Jalen Daniels has done 2 games in a row. If you let him do it again, and you say you're the best defense in the league, how can't you stop that then? You went up to trade for Jalen Carter, who everybody thinks is the best defensive tackle in the league. You shouldn't have no issue.
You got arguably a defensive rookie of the year candidate.
What are you talking about?
Quinion Mitchell. You don't like Quinion Mitchell? Oh, okay.
No.
I get it. You hate black people. All right, cool. See how it is now. Zach Bond, I like that guy. That dude's
You know what? He looks like he's a good player.
He looks like he's a good player.
Yeah.
I don't like your tone, mister.
Hey, that boy rolled back the hands of time. He was balling.
All right, so your official pick is the Eagles?
I'm picking the Eagles. Because they have the talent, man. They shouldn't have. If you look at it on paper, they shouldn't have an issue with the Commanders.
All right. Well, they're also at home too, so we'll see. I mean, the last game they did lose to the Commies. Now, of course, context is Jalen Hurts got knocked out essentially by concussion in the first quarter, so he didn't really get to play. And then CJ Gardner-Johnson also got ejected in that game. So, context. Washington only did win a 3-point game, and you could argue Devontae Smith could have closed it out if he had caught that one ball on that last drive, but it is what it is. All right, James, give me your thoughts on the game, and then give me your winner.
like you said, it's individual rivalry. These guys know each other very well. They've seen each other twice already, and like Alex said too, the Eagles should have no problem. They are what we would consider to be on paper better at pretty much every position, offensively and defensively. Now, with that being said, it doesn't matter. These guys both got to line up on the field. They got to play each other. Right now, the Commanders are playing with nothing to lose. Where I feel like Philly is playing to save their franchise, because if you can't win with this loaded roster, man, it's going to be some pieces gone, moving, and talked about in the offseason, and it's going to be a lot of chit-chat and stuff like that. Coach can potentially be fired. They might want to bring in another GM, all that type of stuff. While on the backside, Dan Quinn is living in glory because they weren't supposed to be here, quote unquote. So, my pick, I'm easily, man. I'm going with the Eagles. I feel like the Eagles are upper. I feel like the Commanders can just they are capable and talented enough to pull out the upset. But I feel like the Eagles should dominate this game. Like if Jalen Carter is unstoppable as he is, he blows up the run, forces Jaden to be a full-on passer, and those guys just pin their heels back and get going. They should be able to apply pressure. They just got to keep him contained. The problem is with Jalen Daniels, once you allow him to get out the pocket, he's a creator. And he knows how to create magic. He doesn't just like take the sack or go down. He's looking to extend the play. So when you let him do that, that just gets those guys excited, and they light up, man. And Terry McLaurin has come to life for this kid a lot. So it'll be a fun one to watch, man, for sure, for sure.
All right, bet. And to close it out, bad. I mean, look, I said it earlier already. It wasn't the Commanders who stopped Jahmyr Gibbs from running the ball. It was the Lions' offensive play calling.
Yep.
That's what stopped it. I don't think Philly's going to make that mistake. I think Saquon is going to get the ball as much as he needs to, and he will run over all the Commanders players. Now, I want, in case stuff does happen where he does get stopped or whatever, I want A.J. Brown to stop complaining about the cold. I want him to keep his inner thoughts, his inner everything on that book, and just catch the damn ball. He dropped so many nice on-the-dot passes this past weekend.
Bro.
It was annoying as hell to watch, and it's like, dude, you know,
like
everyone's complaining about
their fake tush push when that was a streak. Bro, I was like, Lord Jesus.
Ball hand.
Basket.
Ball hand.
Basket.
You know, that's all I'm asking for, bro. There was at least 2 or 3 that was just like, bro,
yes,
the fucking, it wasn't a slide. It was what was it? It was short. Dig in. I mean, okay, it's whatever. It's not irrelevant. It's just so many. Like, it's like, dude, it's you're a cold playing team. You played in the cold before. This isn't your first time, AJ Brown. You played in Tennessee. It get cold there too. Not as bad as certain areas, but damn, bro, like, catch the ball. Like,
yeah, that was crazy.
So look, these guys all need to be prepared. You're one game away from either potential Super Bowl rematch or just one game away from being Super Bowl champions against whoever you play against. It don't matter. You've been considered the best team by a lot of people. The fucking exorcism out here. God damn. Shut up. I'm still on, guys. God. I'm gonna fight somebody right now. I'm gonna fight my fucking 4-year-old. Love you. Yeah, they're considered one of the best teams out there for like the longest time, except for Alex, who had them at top 16. But otherwise, the rest of us had them as a top 5, top 1, whatever. And arguably they're the best full-on team, both sides of the field right now. So there's your chance. You have no excuses yourselves. This is where you might start having some people on fraud alert. And if the Eagles lose, you guys are right. Some people, the haters, they're gonna get validated if they lose. Can't do that right now. Let's beat the Commanders. Let's send them packing, and let's give them a tough time next year. But no more top. It's Eagles time. You gotta go and win this one. NFC champions right now. All right. AFC championship game. Bills are flying over to the Arrowhead to match up KC for the fourth time in the last, 5 years? 6 years? In the last 6 years, they're going to play each other in the playoffs? 5, 6 years? Bills haven't been able to beat them once. 0-4 in the postseason. Or 0-3, sorry, 0-3. 0-3. Haven't been able to, shake off that first beatdown. Haven't been able to shake off 13 seconds. Haven't been able to shake off Bass's missed kick. Alex, who do we got?
Have you ever watched
Cheaters? No.
Have you guys ever watched that documentary series about the Red Sox and Yankees? where the Red Sox are down 3-0 and they come back and win 4 in a row. Despite the cheating refs or umps that always gave the Yankees the upper hand.
Oh, Die Hard. No.
But yeah, man, it's gonna be a tall task for the Bills to do. It really is in the Bills Mafia. I'm going to pick Washington. I'm going to pick Kansas City because I've seen the games. I've seen the way they're being called. It's going to be really hard not to go against Kansas. It's hard to go against Kansas City right now. It really is.
Are we sure we're not doing the same thing we wanted to do last week with reverse psychology? We're trying to pick because your records are bad, in predictions so far. You're trying to make sure the Buffalo wins.
No, I mean dead honest. Like it really is hard to Kansas City doesn't do anything spectacular, but they win. I don't know how. They don't do anything spectacular, and they still manage to win. That's what I'm saying. Like Josh Allen and the Bills could outgain them in every category, and they'll still lose somehow. I don't know why. It just happens, and it just happens that whenever stuff like that happens, where a team outgains another team, it's always against Kansas City.
All right,
it's wild. So I'm gonna stick to Vegas, picking Kansas City. So and they covered. They finally covered this week. So they did. Kansas City hasn't covered all year. They go to the playoffs and they finally cover. So I don't know whatever Brittany Mahomes and Taylor Swift's doing in that.
And Caitlin Clark. Don't forget Caitlin Clark was in there.
Now that I hate her now. So
you already hate her as an Angel Reese guy.
Yeah. No, I don't mean that. She makes me watch WNBA. Not that I've already watched it a lot, but I'll watch her games. But yeah, man, I'm gonna pick Kansas City.
James, are you gonna stick with the narrative? Are you gonna stick with the Chiefs, or do you got the Bills with the upset?
I got the cojones way. I'm going with the Bills.
Oh, he's dropping them things.
I'm gonna say the Bills.
Put them on a wagon and then show them around town.
Yeah, I'm going out on a limb simply because Josh has been playing clean football. And I don't know if many people have been paying attention, but he hasn't really been turning the ball over. He's been using his legs when needed. He's not overly using his legs. He's using them when he needs to, and that's usually just on short yardage downs. And his receivers are making plays, bro. They're not dropping too many passes. And the defense has been playing lights out. And you got one of your QBs back on defense in Matt Milano. The DBs are covering well. I haven't seen the Chiefs literally look like themselves offensively for a while. Travis Kelce came to life last game, but their offense doesn't look crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it's more so for me that their defense is keeping them in a lot of games by getting a lot of pressures and turnovers. But so I feel like this is going to be one of those games where Pat and Kelce and those guys are going to have to show up and show out. And I just feel offensively, the way the Bills have been running the ball with Cooks, they started using Ty Johnson. I don't know who the hell that third guy was, but he looked fast as shit, and I haven't seen him all season. And so I think his name was Davis or something like that. But
Ray Davis, yeah.
I mean, they just look good offensively for the Bills, and I just feel like if they can just keep a clean offense and continue to play hard defense, it'll be a low scoring game, and it'll be one of those games where they can muster up and pull it out. So I got Bills.
All right.
No hate.
No, of course. No.
I love everything that the Chiefs is doing. I mean, like Pat has the pieces, but I feel like it's not one of the with the offense that they have and the players that they got. I think Rice not being there and knowing you have to rely more on Chelsea because Worthy is used for more of your jet sweeps and your end arounds, and you know what I mean. D-Hop isn't as explosive. They're barely getting Hollywood back. You can't really pass the way you want to. So I think people have been like buckling down on them in a lot of cover one situations. And I mean, I just think it's going to be one of those games where they're going to have to lean on Pacheco. So we'll see.
Hey man, I think it's going to be a good close game. I think it's going to be somewhere between 1 to 3 points.
Yep.
I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I don't think it's going to be tight cheeks, bro. It's gonna be clinched up the whole fucking game, and you can't make the mistake. Josh Allen can't be like how Lamar was this week. He can't turn it over. Patrick Mahomes, same thing. First half of the season he threw a lot of picks. Second half he did a great job cleaning it up. He cannot turn it over. This is a game where the turnovers are really gonna.
Well, I feel like Pat can, and this is hella shady. I feel like Pat can throw a turnover because he's gonna get some help. But I feel like Josh.
Oh, you mean he'll get some penalties back? Gotcha. Okay.
Josh ain't got no room for error. Pat got a little bit of wiggle room. Josh ain't got no wiggle room. So yeah.
That's right. That's exactly why I go with Kansas City. Like honestly, like you said, Patrick Mahomes has room for error. I don't think Allen has no room for error. He has to play a perfect game to beat the Kansas City Chiefs.
Bro, can you imagine going 0-4 to Super Bowl and 0-4 against Mahomes? God damn, Buffalo. I'm so sorry.
And I'm gonna I don't know if I'm gonna create the narrative, but I know it's gonna happen. If Josh Allen beats Kansas City, we know what we're gonna hear. Well, it's about time. They got him when the Kansas City's down year. They're not gonna give him credit.
Imagine saying someone's down year after a 15-2 season. God damn, that's crazy. Damn, what a down year. What a down year for them. No, that's not the 11-5 year. That's 15-2. God.
No,
dang.
But they're gonna say it because if it happens, it's gonna happen. Jose, you know it's gonna happen. We're gonna get.
See, this is why I tried not to put listen that deeply into what a lot of people say. I can't. I mean, you're right. If Nick Wright has to, I don't even know he'll show up on Monday if they lose. To be honest with you, but if they lose and shit's gonna be said, it's like, oh, well, you finally did it. It took you 4 times to do it, but you finally got the job done. But I mean, what's the other side of things? If they lose, well, 0-4 against Mahomes,
you can't win no matter what. Even if you win, you can't win.
Mahomes mania is your Super Bowl, and that just like your Super Bowl record, you're 0-4. Ooh. So, I mean, overall, I think it's gonna be a close game. It's gonna be a tight matchup. Look, I can't pick the Bills as much as I would rather see someone new in the Super Bowl until they actually do it. That's just the sad truth. It's the same thing I did last year. I picked the Chiefs because the Bills haven't done it yet. Like, do it. Win. If you beat them and prove me wrong, great. I'm okay with it. But I got the Chiefs winning, bro. I got them going back to the Super Bowl. I got them, God willingly, getting stopped by an NFC team. I don't know if it's going to be possible. But, man, Tom Brady's GOAT status is up in the air for a lot of people. Not for me. GOAT Brady is still up there, even if Mahomes three-peats. But, man, I'm going to have to hear shit if they fucking win. I swear to God.
It's going to be whatever happens where Patrick Mahomes plays rookie Daniels in the Super Bowl.
Hey, might be the right time to catch up the Chiefs wrong. I'm just saying, bro. It might be the right time, Jaden. If you want to be up there and surprise us all and win it all for Washington, might be the year that you catch them off guard. I'm just saying. Imagine Scary Terry, Super Bowl MVP. No, I'm just kidding.
Imagine Commanders name under Super Bowl.
Yeah, right. It's the Redskins have 2 Super Bowls, not the Commanders.
Yeah.
Oh man, the Commanders. Imagine the Commanders getting a Super Bowl before the Cowboys.
Hey.
When was the last time the Commanders won?
God is good. That's all you can say.
Washington won in like 92.
92?
Against the Bills. Yeah.
But the thing is, they're doing what's right, bro. Like Washington did what's right. They got rid of the owner, brought in a new GM, brought in new pieces, brought in a fresh head coach. They did what was right, bro. Like you can't be mad at that. I can't be mad at that. I'm a fan. Shit, even though that's my rival, I'm a fan because they're doing it the right way.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I ain't no fan of Buffalo Bills in no such capacity. I don't give a fuck. They're my rival. They will stay that way. There will never be a fan. I'll never say fan of them at all.
Well, I mean, not fan was a bad word, but like I'm happy for what they did to turn things around. Let's just put it like that. Fan was a little excessive.
Yeah. Oh, the 91 season. I guess technically still 92, but the 91 season they beat the Bills that year, and that was the last title they won. So yeah. Good shit, guys. We obviously have one last thing to talk about. We don't have to say too much. Ohio State national champions once again. They got the big one last night. Future Patriot Jeremiah Smith getting this job done with the clinch catch. Any thoughts on the national championship game, guys?
Yeah, Jose. I'm telling you, the game's not over in college until it's over, right?
And was it over?
It wasn't over until the
It was
last
over.
second.
It was over. I said GG's at halftime, and it was GG's because they never did a damn thing to win it back.
And then I wasn't too mad with. I know Marco was pretty upset that they blitzed on 3rd and long. I would have done the same thing. To tell you the truth, you're not gonna give a quarterback the time in the pocket when he got 3 wide receiver ones on his team and 2 running back ones to sit back there and not send pressure. Yeah, I'm gonna send pressure 9 times out of 10. If you give me that opportunity, I'm gonna send it. And also because the Notre Dame's defense has been was playing good all year long, especially in the secondary. So why not dial it up and get the ball out quick? Just happened to be that Smith caught one amazing pass and sealed it for them. So I'm not too upset with that play call.
He said, "Don't challenge me, and man, because I'm gonna torture you for it." And man, did they challenge him and paid the price. What do you feel about it, James? Did you catch the game last night?
Yeah, I caught the game last night.
What are your thoughts, bro?
Man, Ohio State cheated.
The fuck,
bro? That team was grown, bro. Like Notre Dame had to play perfect to beat them, bro. Like I feel like they were Notre Dame was just underdogs, bro. Like I don't know how many 5th-year seniors Ohio State got, but like they're just grown, bro. Like they've been through so much adversity. Just think of all the battles between Michigan. Think of all the losses. The loss to Oregon, just look at what they've been through. Like they were prepared, bro. Notre Dame, yes, they played great. They stayed in the top 10 pool. They took that ugly loss throughout the season. They bounced back. Had a hell of a season, but Ohio State just been in the trenches too much, and they've been through it all. So like a little bit of adversity wasn't gonna knock them off of their game. Like, and they took what was theirs, man. They had a run to get there, and they were battle tested, and it was just like, I mean, they were built to win, bro. Like, I wanted Notre Dame to win, like I said, but Ohio State was just physically too much in too many areas.
Yeah, man. I mean, well, on this thing, Ryan Day got his get back on everybody that was talking shit about him.
Everybody.
And it must have felt wonderful, bro, holding up that trophy, hoisting it up, and just saying, "Hey, man, I'm a national champion now. Yeah, whatever you say about me in the future, don't matter. National champion Ryan Day. That's what you had to call me first."
I didn't get to watch First Take today, but I was wondering what they were gonna say about Ryan Day.
They said, because Molly asked the question, do you want to apologize to Ryan Day for what you said? And both of them said no. Because because at the time, I mean, Shannon's and I only saw the TikTok video, so it was quick. Shannon said, "Hey man, if this was a 14 format still, they wouldn't even have been in the playoffs."
Yep.
And then and Stephen A's point was like, and I'm paraphrasing, was more like, "Hey man, if we hadn't challenged them and then all this other stuff, like if no one challenges them, that they don't step up and become like this, man." So like they're not gonna apologize. They're just not gonna apologize because at the time what they felt was they felt they were right.
Yeah, I feel
so it was his job to prove them wrong.
Yeah, I feel like, man, dude, in the sports industry, constructive criticism is what everybody does. It's what we're doing right now. It's what People's Debate does. First Take, anybody with a podcast and you talking sports, we're doing constructive criticism. You're either an athlete or you're a fan of the game. That's what you are. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So if I can't say nothing about you and you can't take it without being a little bitty female, then hey, fuck it. Don't turn me on or don't listen or don't watch TV because that's what this world revolves around right now. Constructive criticism for people that either play the sport or don't play the sport. And that's the end of the day. And at the end of the day, nigga, you lost to Michigan and you shouldn't have lost. So it was up to everybody to talk shit about you because you've been on a mountaintop for too long and you ain't get a natty. You got a natty now, so tell everybody, say fuck you and keep pushing and good luck next season to your Ohio State team. End of the debate right there.
There you go, man. Good shit, James. I mean, I perfectly said, bro. It's true. Like I get it, Alex. I get it. You think they disrespected him and whatever.
Hey. No, I think they wrote him off too quick because they did the same thing to Jim. They wanted Jim gone in Michigan, and I felt like whenever they were talking shit about Jim, they were just talking out of their ass because they honestly didn't know. They wanted him. They lost to Ohio State, I think 3 or 4 times in a row also, and they wanted him gone. What the thing is with Stephen A, he doesn't like. I don't know if he doesn't know this or whatnot, but it takes a while to build up a team, right? It took a while for him to Jim bring his guys, bring his offensive linemen, bring his running back that he needed. JJ was his quarterback, and it took him a while to get to the
system. I don't disagree with you as far as that it takes time, Alex. But here's the thing, and we brought it up earlier: fluke or fraud. And the problem was as soon as Jim got there, everyone in sports media put them on a pedestal, whether right or wrong. Just saying. So it was fraud alert every year, sadly, because they had Jim. It's just going to happen. It wasn't just Stephen A. It was a lot of sports media that were putting him up there way too soon. And so they're instantly on fraud alert. So that was the thing. So now when fucking Ohio State loses to Michigan by a fluke, then you just start to wonder because everyone had high expectations of Ohio State every year too. Are you frauds? Are you going to back it up and all this shit? Well, can you prove us wrong by actually finally winning it? And I mean, I get it if, for example, if you're giving criticism that just doesn't make any sense, which I'm with you on, but like, hey, if we're expecting you to see you win and stuff like that, then let's see you win, bro. Like, and we've seen it with basketball, especially like in certain areas. Giannis got criticized for the longest time. When are you gonna get it done? Got it done. Now nobody's really criticizing him that much. Jason Tatum, same thing. He just won. You can't really criticize him too much now. It's not. Everyone's gonna get at you until you win one. And that's why the Cowboys will keep getting buried every year. Yep. So, but all right, guys, that's all I have for tonight. Y'all got any final thoughts before we close it out?
Oh yeah, Ben Johnson was already recruiting his coaching staff during the playoffs, and he recruited Dennis Allen. I'm pumped about honestly getting Dennis Allen as a DC. It means that they're gonna keep the 4-3.
Yeah.
And, that means it shouldn't be no major changes as far as having to move players to a certain position, because it will look really stupid to put Montez Sweat as a stand-up end or outside linebacker. So, it looks. Ben Johnson did his homework. He brought in the right guy as a DC.
And they say they're trying to get the Rizzi, the guy who ended up taking over for him as the interim head coach in the Saints. They're trying to bring him in as the special teams coordinator. Yeah.
So yeah,
and apparently right now, while we were on this, Trey told us spoiled it that Josh McDaniels is returning as the New England Patriots OC.
I called it.
Look. I don't hate him as an OC. I think he's great. Don't get me wrong. I said it last week. I said the way he lost the Vegas locker room, that you can't. As a guy in the locker room, I can't trust you no more. Even if you're not the head coach, like it's tough. So, do I think Drake May is gonna have a better season offensively than last year? Absolutely. Do I think they'll probably have a little bit of a tougher time getting free agents, knowing they have to play for offensive knowing they have to play under Josh McDaniels? Maybe. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. 5-6 wins for Patriots next year doesn't seem that crazy,
Yeah, just play the Cincinnati Bengals and the Chicago Bears, and there's already 2 wins there for you guys.
And the Jets. Don't forget the Jets. Yeah. We got a comment here. Slope says, champions. Who you got, bro? Who you got? You Ohio State guy? What you got?
Yeah, he's Buckeye Nation.
Oh, okay, go Buckeyes! Hell yeah, bro! Congratulations to your squad, bro. Y'all well deserved it. I can't believe so many people on my comments on TikTok were saying, "Watch ND win it all. Watch them win it all. Watch them win the upset. Watch Marco go 5 for 5."
Damn, the Saint brothers both lost because the other one went to Notre Dame, and the other one was already planning his brother to. What's his name? Saint Brown was already planning his brother to go to
Saint Brown, bro. You mean?
No, I'm talking about what's his name?
Academius?
Yeah, he went to Notre Dame.
Okay.
So Amara was already telling him, like, you should stay in Detroit this weekend, and why are you gonna go back home? You should just stay here and just wait for the championship game. Like, already putting his ticket in.
And they felt that back-to-back losers moment, huh?
Yeah, he talks a lot of shit.
Will Howard going to the Pats? Why? What's wrong with Drake May? We're trying to boot out Drake May. You think Will Howard's going to kick him out of the?
Will Howard's maybe like a 3rd rounder, 2nd rounder, maybe. But that's being
generous.
That's being a little generous.
Oh, we're trying to be positive for our champion, man. Now we gotta be honest. Oh, we don't gotta do that. Now we don't gotta do that. He says, Braves, baby. Oh, that Ohio State love right there. Yeah, I mean, hey, future Patriot Jeremiah Smith. Just saying, in a few years, if we want to tank some more, I'm okay with that for the Patriots. To get Jeremiah Smith. I'm just saying. James, you agree? Future Patriot Jeremiah Smith.
Shit, that'd be nice.
I had no idea who was 6'4", 6'3".
The kid.
Yeah, he looks smaller. I don't know why, but they list him at 6'4".
Because he's got a skinnier frame.
I think because he looks swole.
Okay, I didn't know how you saw him, so I was just like, do you see him tiny? I just think Jeremiah Smith is going to be huge once he gets all these Ohio State fucks. When they end up in the NFL, those wide receivers are fucking they fucking do work, bro. Like, so I know it means tanking more times, bro. I hope so. For that kid, I would fuck it or trade up for him. I don't care, bro. He's worth it. He's worth it, in my opinion. Especially since we have no wide receivers. He's worth it. But all right, guys, that's all I got for tonight. If we got nothing else, James, you good? Does Giraffe got any final words?
Huh?
You good?
I'm great, bro. I'm excited for the season. I'm doing prize picks. So I got a 6 leg I'm trying to hit. Lamar and Josh Allen screwed me out of 420.
Oh, is that all?
I needed them to combine for, I think it was like 103 yards. I think like combined for like 60.
So Josh Allen screwed you really because Lamar did his thing. He put up the numbers. Okay, don't put this on Lamar. Put it on Josh.
Hey,
Josh literally only put up 147 total.
Hey, Prize Picks put them both together, so hey, they lost together. And then I did one for college. It Love, I don't know what the hell was going on with Notre Dame's run game, but Love didn't do nothing, and he shit the bed on me. So, and then Notre Dame didn't kick any field goals, so I was just like, damn.
Good shit for you, brother. It don't matter. And the end of the season, college football next year, boys. We're gonna talk about it.
Ooh,
Alex, I think you have your baseball podcast coming soon because I know the baseball season starts up soon. So y'all gotta get together. Y'all gotta give me some dates.
That's what I was just talking about. I can't wait. After football season, I don't know how much I'm gonna be invested in basketball because honestly,
we don't need you for the basketball pods. Do your baseball thing. Get out of here. Yeah. We don't want your negativity, Mr. Chicago Bull.
Yeah, I don't want to do basketball talk. Honestly, it's a rough thing to be watching right now. Is basketball.
That's all right. James will still love it, even though he's depressed about it too.
Hey, it's sad, man. It's watered down, man. My poor league, man. It used to be.
I'll call in the boys from Drop the Mic. I'll call them in, see if we can get their freaking picks in for betting odds and stuff like that. What they see, what they believe in. So.
I'd rather watch
basketball talk soon.
I'd rather watch that Cero Miedo guy instead of fucking Giannis or Jokic for I don't know how long in basketball now. It's watered down.
Wow. That's how I feel about baseball, but whatever. I guess we have mutual feelings on the opposite sides. All right, cool. Bet, Alex, bet. All right, guys. So thank y'all for watching. Thank you for if you're watching live. Thank you for watching on demand. Truly appreciate it. TikTok died for 15 hours. Follow us there on Puro Pinche Sports.
We're back, baby. We are fucking back.
Yeah, we're back. You know,
how the fuck you leave it?
I would rather talk about WWE before basketball.
Well, you got to spell before right before you.
And either. Or rather, rather.
And basketball.
Delete that shit.
I'm telling you, he's Hurricane.
It's he messed up on rather, before, and basketball, bro. How did you do that? No, we love Steezy out here. He gets concussed every time we play kickball or baseball, but you know he's a good kid. Thank you, Hornswoggle. But guys, follow us on all social media platforms. Follow our boys, The People's Debate, tomorrow night. Follow my boy Jalen. I drop the mic every freaking day. He's off on TikTok. Guys, for Humble Hater James, the Professor Alex Cruz, I am Jose Garza. We are Puro Pinche Sports. We are out.
Later, Phil.